South Dakota's ag land and what it happens to it are hugely important to the state's economy and those who live here. A bill making its way through the South Dakota legislature would set up a committee to review ag land purchases by foreign people or governments. The governor would have the final say on whether or not the transaction could proceed. The measure unanimously made it out of committee, even without the support of South Dakota agricultural groups. Tonight, KELOLAND's Dan Santella brings us opinions from both sides of the bill.
Senate Bill 185 puts a cap of 160 acres on land owned by a foreign person or government, provided that the governor approves of the sale. Governor Kristi Noem referenced the committee in a column sent out today, saying she will, quote, ensure purchases from our enemies don't go forward. Republican Erin Tobin is a prime sponsor of SB 185. She says the governor's office told her about the legislation.
I told them right away that I love the bill. I love the idea. And if I can help in any way, let me know. And they reached out shortly afterward and asked if I would prime it in the Senate.
She has heard from other lawmakers about existing law.
Hey, we have a law on the books in South Dakota that says no foreign entities can own anything over 160 acres. So I always felt comfortable with that. But under further review, what you find out is that it's a system that is self-reported.
This week in committee, Noem's deputy general counsel said the current law is not enforced. Several agricultural trade groups spoke out against the legislation, including the head of the South Dakota Farm Bureau, who says the issue should be handled on the federal level and that U.S. Senator Mike Rounds has a bill pending in the Senate. Kent Frerichs served as a Democrat in the South Dakota House of Representatives in the 70s and 80s. He tells KELOLAND News that he was a prime sponsor of previous legislation that put a limit on foreign ownership into law.
I certainly, support the concept of trying to restrict foreign ownership of our agricultural land here in South Dakota. So I commend the governor and the sponsor and the supporters of.
But for Frerichs, SB 185 isn't necessary. He says it means more bureaucracy.
The concern I have is that back in 1979, when we passed the law then, which has been in existence ever since, that is able to control, I think, these the purchases by foreign interests.
In Sioux Falls, Dan Santella, KELOLAND News.
According to the most recent data from the USDA, about 1% of private-owned ag land in South Dakota is owned by foreigners. Canada, the UK, and Germany have the biggest shares. Noem has specifically mentioned China, a country she claims hates Americans, as a nation that SB 185 would prevent from buying land. Tobin says that the legislation will be on the Senate floor on Tuesday.